And the next question is from Assemblymember Twycross and is on holiday hunger.
I'm afraid that the data required to accurately report how many children that went hungry during the recent school holidays in London doesn't exist. However, we do know that there are around 700,000 children living in poverty in London and are therefore at risk of going hungry during the school holidays. Any hunger among children in a city as prosperous as London is simply not acceptable. I'm pleased the government's now dropped plans to end universal free school meals for 4 to 7-year-olds, but free school meals are not always taken up by children who really need them and are obviously not available in school holidays. I therefore give my full support to the Kitchen Social Programme run by the Mayor's Fund for London. This summer, the programme delivered holiday food provision across 16 boroughs and served approximately 10,000 free school meals to 1,600 children. This October half-term, Kitchen Social will be supporting an additional 30 Kitchen Social clubs, but this support is only the tip of the iceberg. To make the programme more sustainable, the Mayor's Fund is raising the profile of holiday hunger through campaigning and evidencing the negative impact it has on young Londoners. As you know, Rosie Boycott, Chair of the London Food Board, is passionate about the issue of holiday hunger, and my new London food strategy, to be published early in 2018, will include a focus on food poverty and hunger to help all Londoners secure access to healthy, affordable food. I also support the work of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Hunger and Food Poverty and its chair, Sir Frank Field, who is raising a bill to ensure that there is a statutory responsibility for this UK-wide. However, food poverty and hunger do not exist in isolation, and that's why I'm working to make London more affordable so parents can feed their children in the holidays. That means making public transport more affordable, making sure homes are generally affordable, and also making sure Londoners get a decent wage for doing a decent day's work.
Thank you. You've anticipated most of my supplementary questions, but I really welcome the work of the Mayor's Fund for London on this area. I saw some of the work they did in the pilots last summer, and the difference they can make, albeit with a relatively small number of children, is quite remarkable. What more would you like the project to achieve going forward? I mean, you mentioned the work in the half term, but have you got particular ambitions and goals for the project going forward?
I mean, one of the key benefits of the work in relation to the Kitchen Social Project is around social integration. And so Matthew Rudd, my Deputy Mayor in that area, is working with Rosie to see how we can target those parts of London to try and get a better connectivity between children from different communities. The frank answer is we're limited by the resources we have and the resources we can raise. As you know, we've got no statutory responsibility in this area, but we think it's important. And so the success of this scheme is contingent upon how much money we can raise with the Mayor's Fund, the generosity of those who give to the Mayor's Fund, but also how much money we can leverage in from other areas as well. My frustration is the lack of resources, but clearly if Frank Field is successful in relation to moving the government nationally, in relation to recognising this big gap during the holidays, that will help us in relation to the work we're going to do in this area.
I'm sure you are aware that the right to food is a human right, and you highlight the scandal of child hunger in our city. Are you concerned that government policy, particularly around social security and welfare reform, is potentially increasing the levels of children who are going hungry in London?
Well, absolutely. There are 700,000 children living in poverty in London. 700,000 children in poverty. And that's why I referred to in my first answer the interconnection between the cost of living in London, wages, housing, transport. We need to make sure we address those issues as well. And so they're all interconnected. And the report referred to by Tom Copley in relation to the NAO report talked about the connection between welfare benefit changes from this government and homelessness. And I know from my evidence as a Member of Parliament and also as the Mayor of London, there is also a connection between children going hungry and government policy in relation to all sorts of issues around housing, around transport, in relation to the remuneration people get. And so that's why all our policies are connected in that extent of trying to address the issue of young Londoners not being able to fulfil their potential. And so food poverty, food hunger during the holidays is just one of the things we've got to address.
Thank you.
Thank you.